For me, Islamic Wealth Management is not just a department or a product category. It's a philosophy of life. It's about how we earn, how we manage, how we protect, how we give, and ultimately, how we return everything back to Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala with barakah. If I break it down simply, IWM stands on 5 pillars. The first pillar, wealth creation, how we earn responsibly. Second pillar, wealth accumulation, how we grow it ethically. Third, wealth preservation, how we protect it for rainy days. Fourth, wealth purification, how we remove impurities through zakat and sadaqah. And last pillar, wealth distribution, how we pass on the legacy with fairness and clarity. Some people think that this is only meant for Muslims, but actually these principles are universal. Who doesn't want ethical investments? Who doesn't want transparent risk? Who doesn't want a legacy that's properly planned? Muslims call it barakah. Non-Muslims call it peace of mind. But at the end of the day, both are looking for the same outcome. A life full of purpose, clarity, and stability. For Muslims, these pillars help ensure rezeki kita halal, bersih, dan berkat. For non-Muslims, it provides clarity, structure, and values they resonate with. And when you put all the 5 pillars together, it becomes a holistic wealth journey, bukan sekadar tempat kita nak labur duit. Because finance already intimidates people, we don't want to make it worse with difficult Arabic terms like tawarruk, murabaha, maqasid, tabarruk. Beautiful concepts, but for the average Malaysians, that sounds like a menu in a restaurant they've never been to. I believe in something very simple. If people do not understand their choices, they cannot make good decisions. And when they cannot make good decisions, 2 things may happen. They stagnate financially, they become targets for scams. So yes, I speak in a way that reaches the heart first, then the head. Because financial literacy is not about showing how smart you are. It's about showing how much we care. In Malaysia, Alhamdulillah, we are blessed because accessibility is high, but understanding is still low. Kita ada banyak produk syariah compliant, tapi kalau tanya orang ramai, tak ramai yang faham. That's why IWM matters, to make wealth simple, human, and purposeful. Because when someone understands money properly, they make better decisions. They protect themselves, their families, and the community. I always say this, the more you know, the more empowered you are. And the harder is it for anyone to mislead you. And honestly, I feel this strongly because Islam is a religion that values knowledge. Our first revelation was Iqra, read, seek knowledge. If today the Ummah is being cheated through illegal schemes, false promises, or emotional manipulation, then it means we must return to Iqra. We must guide, teach, and uplift. And as wealth managers, I believe this must go beyond just selling products. We must educate, protect, and empower. Today is everyone selling something. Crypto, gold, forex, scheme cepat kaya, NFTs, everything sounds sexy. Everything promises big returns. But then people are getting scammed left and right. IWM role is to raise this literacy level, to simplify, to protect, to guide. Kalau kita boleh buat orang faham, bukan sahaja mereka kurang risiko ditipu, but they can actually build real, sustainable wealth. People sometimes smile when I mention it, because it's unusual to bring faith into wealth conversations. To me, it's the foundation. Niat menentukan adab. Your intentions shapes your behavior. Your intentions determines your adab. Your adab determines your decisions. And your decisions determines your outcomes. If your intention is only to accumulate wealth, then you chase everything, even when it is doubtful. But if your intention is to use wealth as a means to serve Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala and uplift your family and society, suddenly your decisions becomes clearer, purer, and more disciplined. For me, wealth is amanah. The more Allah gives you, the more you want to give back. Semakin tinggi rezeki kita, semakin besar tanggungjawab kita. This belief drives my view of wealth. It should uplift you, not corrupt you. It should raise communities, not divide them. It should bring barakah, not just balance. And when your intention is good, Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala open up ways, and barakah flows in ways that you never expect. You'll be surprised. Barakah is very measurable in real life. Barakah is when your money seems to stretch further than the numbers suggest. Your investments bring stability instead of stress. Your family relationship improves because there is clarity and fairness. Your charity protects you in unseen ways. And your heart feels at ease even in volatile markets. In modern terms, people call this financial well-being, good asset allocation, holistic legacy planning, ethical risk management. So in my opinion, barakah is not mystical. It is the outcome of making good, ethical, disciplined financial decisions. And IWM gives you the framework to do exactly that. Yes, this is something I speak about quite openly. Malaysia is blessed with a strong Sharia-compliant ecosystems. We have great funds, Islamic deposits, sukuk, takaful, structured products, the works. But too often these products are marketed transactionally, positioned in isolation, and not connected to the customer's full financial journey. And when that happens, customers feel that they are being sold things, not guided. To me, Islamic wealth management must be solution-led, not product-led. What does this mean? We sit down and listen to the customer's life story. We understand their goals, their fears. We map their needs to the 5 pillars. Only then we propose products that fit naturally within that solution. And when we do this thing right, customers feel seen, feel heard, feel respected, and that is when trust is built. Because values is a differentiator. Wealth management by itself is nothing new. Every bank offers funds, insurance, bonds, loans, investments. But for IWM, it offers purpose, ethics, community uplift, clarity of impact, and a complete end-to-end journey. Most wealth framework stops at invest, grow, and protect. But IWM goes further than these three. Purify and distribute. That's the real differentiator. Pillar 4 wealth purification and Pillar 5 wealth distribution forces us to think about what is our intention, what is our impact, what is our legacy, our accountability, and our community. And you'll be surprised, non-Muslims also resonate with this too, because everyone wants to leave the world a little better than how they found it. These two pillars are emotional, spiritual, human. People don't talk about death and legacy often, but when they do, it's always personal. And this is where IWM becomes meaningful. We're not here only to help you grow your money. We are here to help you leave a positive footprint. For Muslims, it's ibadah. For non-Muslims, it's legacy planning. And from a customer experience perspective, bila kita mula daripada pillar 4 dan pillar 5, clients feel seen as humans, not wallets. Then naturally they move to pillar 1, wealth creation, pillar 2, wealth accumulation, and pillar 3, wealth preservation with that trust. Absolutely. IWM is simply ethical, structured, values-based wealth management. Muslims appreciate the Sharia compliance nature of it. Non-Muslim will appreciate the governance, the transparency, the clarity, the discipline, and the purpose-driven planning. And we remove jargon, everyone can see its value. We are not in a business of excluding people, we are in a business of uplifting people. Islam teaches rahmatan lil alamin, a mercy to all creation. So if something is good, ethical, and beneficial, why shouldn't it be shared with everyone? Because when we limit Islamic wealth to only Muslims, we are doing the opposite of what Islam teaches us. Islam teaches fairness. Islam teaches transparency. Islam protects people from harm, termasuk dari scam, gara, or manipulasi. So when non-Muslims invest in Sharia compliant solutions, they are not converting, they are choosing ethical finance. Kalau saya boleh ringkaskan, IWM is not about religion, it is about values. My hope is simple, that IWM becomes the default way of how Malaysians think about wealth. Not just the Muslim community, but everyone. Not because it's Muslim, not because it's halal, but because it's the most ethical, transparent, and community uplifting approach in managing wealth. I want us to raise financial literacy, protect families, educate the young, empower communities, make barakah a mainstream concept, and simplify the entire conversation so that people feel confident, not intimidated. And internally at Maybank, I want us to shout a little louder. What we do, work here on the ground, has real impact. But it's time the region, the bank, and the public to know the heart behind of what we do. Because at the end of the day, IWM is not about money, it's about meaning. And meaning is something that all of us, regardless of our background, is reaching for.